I'm the man in the mine, hands raw, face black and crossing the line. Yeah, I try, yeah, I fall, yeah, I try every time. I'm the man in the mine. I'm the man in the mine.
Hello, everybody. I feel like I've just been here before. It's Groundhog Day. I'm talking with the Orc community again and again
You can't get
and
away
again
from us.
and again. I'm having multiple life disasters, but I still haven't canceled. Well, I did reschedule, but I haven't canceled anything. So, not enough about me. Let's get on to the show. Hello, everyone. We have myself, Starship, and our good friend Selly here, who's here to tell us all about Smelted here in the show. But first, we're going to analyze some recent news and the social engineering vulnerabilities and all kinds of amazing stuff about ore we have to talk about. I've got some really cool stuff to show you, in addition to the awesome news picks that have been brought out for discussion. So,
Absolutely. I do want to mention Sally says 1 minute silence for the glory of ore while we were waiting for the intro, and I almost lost it.
or the glory of ore. Why is it a moment of silence when something dies? Shouldn't we be one moment of raucous cheering? Because we're rallying. I know we retraced a little bit. You don't have to be technical, guys. You don't have to be up in my face
If you
about
look
a
at
small.
X, we have been rallying for a week straight. All right, I feel like we're gonna have such like a hangover from all the rallying we're all doing on X right now, and I love to see it.
At 1:30, I'll have a hangover. At 2:40, I'm gonna be greedy at that point. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Like I'll tell you what I'm gonna do before I do it. I'm gonna do it. Hopefully, I won't only have to sell a fraction of the ore, but it will shock you. I will shock you with my greed. So. Let's get started. Let's get started.
Are you starting this show with ore selling talk? How dare you?
Oh, but I mean, I said a portion of a fraction of a single ore dust. You know, something out of my 15th wallet.
Lock his wallet. Lock his wallet. Stop selling.
Excuse me, sir. Some of us have to live. Some of us have to live. All right. Guys, I have been playing with the X, and I have been typing the numbers and the letters and the symbols, and I love what I see here. Now, this is red, which isn't fun, but seeing ore populate with data points on X has been a cool little update from X. Happened, 2-3 weeks ago? So that is super neat. And this is just some minor stuff before we go to the news, but also, have y'all searched the search bar with a little pickaxe? Have you used the pickaxe emoji in the search bar? Fronk, Selly, have y'all done it?
Amazing.
Have you done it?
I noticed that like the first day that we started doing the pickaxe thing, and because I said I'll follow anybody who has a pickaxe in their name. So I was like, let me see if I type in a pickaxe, what it'll come up with. And sure enough, it's all ore posts from ore people with pickaxes in their names. I'm like, follow. I'm like, this is so much easier. I love it.
It's brilliant. Yes, we own the pickaxe. If you type a pickaxe in X, or the community owns it, it's almost patented. Almost for us at this point, because I mean you could just scroll and scroll. There's David, and then just keep going, and there's just more and more and more. We've taken over the pickaxe emoji, and the first time in history probably that anybody's actually attempted to take over the pickaxe. We're cornering the market is basically what's happening with the pickaxe. So we're just not going to fail like the silver market.
Yeah, we need stocks are through the moon right now.
And look at that. Look who also has some pickaxes in their post here, Mr. Tolley himself. Oh, and it's not just a coincidence. Or all day, every day. Mic drop. Boom. 3 triple pickaxes. Bam. In your face. Tolley. That's enough. I'm subscribing. Dang it. I have to pay money. What is this? What is this? Totally, you greedy man. You greedy man. Okay, that's fine. You can keep. I'm not going to subscribe, but look at that. We are something. We made it, and we're just going to keep making it from here on out forever and winning forever. Up only. So let's look at the mines right now. The glory of the mines. I don't know how much money the rounds are going for. What are we at? Like 10 soul per round, with soul nearing $92. That's great. We're actually doing some good stuff. And I just saw a post that I passed by before clicking on Tolley, who tried to rob me just now, basically. if I scroll up here, Craggle Bear, look at the miner count. Look at the miner count rising. It's coming up. It's coming up, and maybe this little dip was when kind of Mine More said, "Hey, we're going to shut down," and people had to shift. But look, it hasn't stopped. Even that loss of having Mine More kind of go to sunset mode has not stopped people from coming into the mines. They're coming, and there's going to be more of them. More and more and more people will be coming.
Absolutely.
Build it, they will come. So
they are coming. They're coming. It's been beautiful. And this is my buddy. This is my buddy I brought from my other protocol. He's talking about look at us, revenue by all chains. I mean, Hyperliquid, and they got inflation. They still got vesting. EdgeX probably vesting. Pump, that's just cancer. No offense to anybody who likes pump fund coins, but I mean we're there with the big boys. You're offensive? Okay, let's be offensive.
No. I cannot stand pump.fun, so I'm saying offense definitely meant.
The OR protocol is up there with the best of the best of the best of the best. We're number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th place in all of crypto for holders revenue given back to the people. But we have such a small market cap compared to these guys who are pumped with VC funds and greed that fills their vast swaths of greedy coins that they're just I can't even speak right now. I'm kind of tired. So if I say nonsense, trust me, I mean it.
It is nonsense, but it is a beautiful thing to see that we're up with the big boys with such a small market cap. It goes to show that if you build a strong foundation where revenue is put back into the protocol, the way that Hard Hat Chat built this thing is to compete with these bigger chains without requiring a large amount of capital backing. And at the same time, bring the ethos back of the olden days of building a store of value, an original type of cryptocurrency, something that we remember from a decade ago for as Bitcoin OGs. Bring back kind of that nostalgic time of actually believing in something again. So
yeah, everybody don't believe in anything right now. Just OR. That's all I believe in.
Exactly. So.
This definitely
surprising to see we're higher than Uniswap though, and Jupiter and all these other ones. That's kind of surprising.
I mean, it's awesome. One of these days here, very shortly, I'm going to make the Grim Reaper going door to door meme as we climb these ranks, because we will kill all of them, and I mean that only just figuratively. We're not actually going to kill Jupiter and destroy Solana with it, but I think people will realize that the overvaluation of some of these other coins and products that don't give back to the holder is wrong, that we should rally around things that are giving holders revenue, that are competing with real financial products in value return to investors. So why not? Why not OR?
So Brian, when Michael Saylor?
Michael Saylor now. I have him. He's there. Look at that. That man. I mean, if this guy came, like if I was taking a shower and I pulled it back and saw this man staring at me, I would, 1, scream, and 2, scream some more, I think.
A little intimidating.
Yeah, he is a little intimidating. So
he kind of looks AI generated in that photo, doesn't he?
That's all he does. Like we just talked about that yesterday. He's going to make more AI memes, and that's what men of his age do. They just make AI memes, and they don't even dress them up like I do. I make AI memes, but I edit them. I put words in there and sound effects. No, this guy just takes them right off Vanilla Grok and publishes it and makes us all think it's funny. It's not, bro. They're terrible.
Hey, to each their own.
Okay, his age might like it. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Fronk, what is going on here? Now, Fronk gave me some news articles here that I pulled up. I haven't read them. I'll admit, I am dead tired from this week's workload. And it's not been very fun because my car AC broke down and it's really hot. And I'm finally inside. I just got home and I pulled up all the stuff.
So coincidental. The first story is actually about how your AC is broken. No, I'm just kidding. First story here. This one's a little bit older, but Michael Saylor on a call is talking about proposing selling some Bitcoin to pay dividends in regards to his new token, STRC, that has an 11.5% dividend that they're planning to pay out. So it's a Series A perpetual stretch preferred stock.
And essentially, what that could even mean.
It's like a legal Ponzi. I heard him describe it, explain it. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Ponzi on top of a Ponzi, but that's not the point. People were reading into this story and they saw sell Bitcoin and people freaked out because it's like, what do you mean? This guy's a buy only guy. He wants to sell Bitcoin. So apparently he wants to buy or sell a little bit of Bitcoin in order to pay out this dividend on the STRC, the preferred stock. Um, Later in the call, apparently he was saying, even if we're selling some Bitcoin, we're going to buy like 10x that Bitcoin anyway, so it's not a big deal. I really don't understand how this whole thing is supposed to work because he's
Why
just going
though?
to buy and like pay out dividends, and then he's got like loans coming up on all of it. But people, it kind of broke the internet for a second that the guy that's a buy only Bitcoin guy said, we could sell Bitcoin, and it's just like, huh,
It
kind of a
didn't break it
difference of
that hard. The
stance.
price didn't have too but much of an impact on the price. We're
Yeah, I
still
wouldn't say it broke.
80,000.
It didn't break the price. I mean, Bitcoin is, not going to move majorly just because he said he's going to sell a little bit. But, if people, it got people's attention. So I kind of wanted to start off with this story because it's kind of a change of pace for Michael Saylor to even break a little bit from his hyper mega bullish stance. So, what are your thoughts?
Well, I noticed a few things here. One, this man does not shave sharp lines in his face. I see like a lot of stray hairs all over his cheekbones.
Very
And
important. I was
two,
hoping you would catch that.
yeah, and
Yeah,
two,
me too.
I
Me too.
mean, what's the big deal? He wants to sell some Bitcoin. Okay. I mean, if it's just a small portion of funded dividend, I don't get the instrument. I mean, you said it's like an infinite Ponzi, a perpetual Ponzi. Okay. But it just goes to show you that, Bitcoin's turning into a paper traded product. Like, does he actually own the backing of the asset? Maybe he does. Of course he does. He's Michael Saylor. But then you've got all these perps and all these other products that are coming to the market that maybe they don't own the underlying token. Maybe they own XYZ or something with Coinbase and, or some custody solution. I don't even know. Like, I don't, there's going to be so many weird products out there. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. That's my
I
thought,
mean,
Frank.
he owns it in the same way that you own a house when you have a mortgage, right? So he owns it through the sale of his stock through MSTR, through raises through STRC, and he has all of these loans that are going to come due. I think a big batch of them are in 2027. So that's when it's going to start getting really interesting. And I don't know if he's just going to plan to sell more stock to cover the previous interest payments. But yeah, it's kind of just an interesting thing to keep in the background that he's rolling it larger and larger. I think he owns what 800. I think they own what 850,000 at this point nearly
Yeah.
Something like
Bitcoin,
that.
which is absolutely just insane to think about. So
And then he's
I
also
don't
They
know.
said
want to
something like,
refinance. They want to refinance their micro strategy to then buy more Bitcoin, is what I read.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's gonna just try to keep kicking the can down the road and get more and more investors until everybody and their grandma's invested in MSTR. I mean, I was talking to my mom the other week, or last week about, she was visiting a patient. She's a nurse, and she said that her
poor lady.
patient was talking about STRC. Like the guy used to be a finance guy, and he was like, "Yeah, you need to invest in STRC." And took one look at her, and I'm like, you're investing in a Ponzi." And she's like, "What?"
Just
But
buy
he's a
the
finance
Bitcoin.
guy. And I'm
Just
like, where
buy
does
the
he live? He
Bitcoin.
lives in a trailer park. And I'm like, he must not have done very well.
I was going to say, where does he live? I thought you were going to go hurt him, actually. But, it's just where my mind went. It's like, you're telling my mom to waste my inheritance, basically, is what I heard. You're going to go get him. You're going to rip his throat out like a mean canine, police canine.
No, no, no. Everybody lives their own lives, but my point is like a lot of normal people are talking about MSTR, STRC, and I think more and more people are going to get involved in it over time. Thinking, especially with dividends, people who are getting up in age are thinking about dividend stocks, and this is a
Yeah.
premier choice for a dividend stock, right? 11.5% is nothing to sneeze at. So I hope that he's got a better understanding of this instrument than I do. I look at it on the surface level and, my red lights are going off immediately, but maybe there's something more to it. I don't know enough to be able to tell people one way or another. I would say do your own research.
Well, luckily, OR does not have any weird dividend and stock preferred option, perpetual infinity balloon things. So just buy OR. right? Like I own a little bit of Bitcoin, just a little bit, like a little bit of savings account, $50 every paycheck or something. But most of my money's in ore, so I don't have to worry about this right now. I guess it'll be a good problem to have at that point when Michael Saylor's son starts stock hoarding ore with loans. I guess we'll be worried about it from our Martian mansion space yachts. If you had listened to the show yesterday, you get that reference. But yeah, yeah. Well,
So, moving along, the
yes,
next
let's
story that I want
please.
to bring up
I'm
to you.
delirious. I'm
I
delirious.
know, I can tell. I got to keep you on rails here. So, the next one is interesting because it's an AI related heist. And I always think that these are so interesting because we have the advent of AI and all of these agents and everything. And we haven't really seen what the big impacts of AI really is yet on the crypto market. So, there's a story here where somebody essentially used Grok that was linked to an automated trading bot called Banker and apparently sent it an NFT that allowed it to get more access through the banker system, and then used a Morse code prompt that it told Grok to send it over to this banker system that essentially said, "Hey, send this address 3 billion DRB tokens." Now, don't get me wrong, I don't know what DRB is. Apparently, it's on base,
Burp.
but Banker went, okay, sure, I'll send 3 billion over there, no problems. So apparently, because it was
Wow.
this NFT plus this Morse code, it just broke all security layers for this automated trading bot, and just sent this guy like $200,000 worth of this token that he just proceeded to immediately dump. And it made me think
That is
like,
crazy.
there's so many people that are moving so quickly with AI, but they don't have the OPSEC in place to really like understand all the extraneous use cases and all the extraneous
Well, how
how are
would you
people going to
know?
break this?
How would you know that your
Well,
bot is going to respond to Morse code? Like, can you record me doing smoke signals, and will I get like infinite monies from bots on X? I mean,
let's try it. We've never
please.
tried it.
I need to be wearing a speedo though. You have to do this while I wear a speedo.
I did not need that visual image.
You have never seen me, so you just have to imagine that I'm like a miner, buff and amazing. So we are all buff and amazing. That's the persona. Unless you're a
In
female miner,
Speedos,
which is
too.
then healthy, beautiful female miner. So yes, when we're in speedos, let's skip the female talk. So um, yes, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what to say about that. Like Morse code, who would have thought, and why? Why Morse code?
People are getting really, really crafty with this stuff. If you put a system out there, they have infinite time to break it, right? Like you have only so much time to build the system up and check security things and everything. Somebody who's really determined can just sit there and play all day with their own AI to try to break whatever you built. So it's really like a cautionary tale. The
Or
more that you
AIs?
include the more that you include AI into your infrastructure, the more vulnerable it could actually get because you're relying on AI itself to have its own security, like in comparison to your protocol, right? So it can be a very weak point if somebody knows how to break it.
Yeah, that makes me worried for perps. Once AIs get their own wallets and can manipulate the price of tokens across multiple exchanges and do it in perfect timing, and then long or short assets, like that's why I kind of like felt like I'm not bullish on perps anymore. Not on on-chain perps. I think that there's way too much automation that can occur that can liquidate and cascade people right into the ground while making these bots a lot of money. So it's only a matter of time, especially on chain, right? Until that happens, in my opinion, because the North Koreans already try to do it themselves. They'll try to manipulate the price of Bitcoin on a Sunday afternoon while opening multiple longs or shorts on multiple different decentralized exchanges. How do I know this? I've seen it as part of a team. It's crazy. So now you add bots into it that are perfectly executing the plan. That's trouble for perpetual. So I'm a big small attack surface fan, and that's why I'm so bullish on ore. Less to go wrong, less to be manipulated, less to penetrate from those wacky North Koreans. So yes, that is crazy. We have to be very careful and very on our game with AI. I agree. Just self custody, keys offline, trust no one. I don't even trust Mr. Funk with my keys.
Speaking of keys offline, there have been multiple private key leak incidences over the past week or so. So a few I got from like a Chinese publication in regards to GoPuff. where people got their keys leaked. One of them, lost over $200,000. And then there was another one. I lost the video. The video is, absolutely, the guy was freaking out, but he was doing a live stream. Oh, you have it. Look at that.
Can't lose this video. This guy
And
loves
there's
anime.
there's his. Oh, did you see it? Did you catch the private key?
Let's go back. He's live streaming.
He's live streaming. Minimizes his window. He's got McAfee. First of all, that's a technical foul right there. But then he's got his private key sitting in a
right
notepad,
there.
a
What?
sticky note on his desktop.
All right, let's
Is
continue.
that not his recovery phrase?
It is, apparently.
Oh my.
So apparently Garrett is saying this is fake. So I kind of had an inkling, which is why I didn't include it. Because I
Stop
saw a
breaking
couple
my
of...
fantasy.
But I do believe that these kinds of things can occur. People don't always take their security as seriously as they should. And I think it gets really, really sloppy when you're on Solana, right? And you have all of these wallets. You're building like 40 wallets, 60 wallets to do different stuff. I don't want to connect my wallet to this thing, but I want to connect it to this thing. And then you're like, I need to write a key down somewhere. I don't have like a log for this. Let me just put it somewhere real quick and then I'll transfer it later. I think it's actually realistic to do something like this. I know that I have a dozen plus wallets and, I have to take the time to sit down and write them down on little sheets and put them somewhere. And then after that, have to copy it over and put it in a second location. And it's like, is everybody really doing that with all the wallets that they create?
Of
Probably
course not. And that's one of the things I've thought about. We're never going to get normies to do good self custody security. We need other solutions too in the space in general. Something that has the security, but without the complexity, because people hate making those seed phrases unless you're a nerd like us, and you stamp it onto a titanium plate in case your house burns down, or you bury it underground so it can never rust because it's titanium. Those are, nobody's doing that. That's a normie. So we got some inroads to do.
When I was at Soulflare, I worked at support at Soulflare, and you wouldn't imagine the amount of people that just like heard of a token from their friend and they put like 50,000 on it and they get drained because they don't write things down. It's very, very common, actually.
Can you tell them about ore?
50,000? I don't think at the time I was aware of ore back then. This is like
okay. Let's go back.
Yeah.
We need a time machine.
Yeah.
They can dump 50,000 on a meme coin. They can dump 50,000 on a coin that's not a meme. This ain't no joke, bro.
Yeah.
This ain't no joke. Yes, that was. So if that's fake, that's fake. What can you say? It's entertaining, but it's probably happened many times in many other ways. Now, there was a series of hacks. Remember those hacks we talked about last month, Mr. Fronk, about how last month was the worst time in crypto history for leaks and hacks and so forth. I saw somebody analyze the 500 wallets that were mysteriously drained on Ethereum, and they believe they traced it back to not Google Drive, LastPass. It was LastPass. They believe they traced it back to the LastPass hack that occurred many, many moons ago, and that those keys were lying in wait, and they had access to them all. They lied in wait until an opportune time to harvest their illicit gains. So that LastPass hack was like 3-4 years ago, and they sat on all those numbers that they had from that hack, and then just suddenly, here goes Ethereum, everybody's wallet. And the people were saying, I've never used this wallet for anything but cold storage. I've never connected it to another site. My wallet is drained. There were several accounts doing that, and some sleuths seem to have traced it to, once again, the Lazarus Group, and just really a lot of patience. They didn't need it right away, so they called it in when they were ready. So
yeah, it's scary. You just think have you ever made a mistake at 3 a.m. where you're like, I sent my key or put my key somewhere in a copy paste situation or something? You always think back, do I need to redo my OPSEC again? Because you never know that maybe you did a bad copy paste, put it in the email or something, or did this or whatever, and that when, one day that could get hacked. So it's if you ever feel like you've done anything less than perfect operational security and for self-custody,
start over.
Go back and start over and get, make sure that you're on the right page, at least for your main wallets. I mean, if you have small wallets that you're just, screwing around with, you don't have to worry so much, but make sure you're not moving big money into those.
You should never be manipulating crypto while you're drunk, high, tired, or preoccupied with something else. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Has that ever
Good
happened to you,
job.
Mr. Fronk?
Never. I am a image of human perfection when it comes to crypto. Never
I believe
happened.
it.
Even once.
I've seen your body in my mind. You're like a healthy miner. You're a beautiful person. It's gorgeous. Okay, so
Not sure what kind of show we're running here today, folks.
Brian's tired show. Brian's tired. All right.
All right.
I'm a little
Anyway, we'll
unhinged.
continue. Yeah, you are. Well, we'll
Oh,
continue onward
I
here.
missed
So-
this. I missed this. There was a
No,
picture
we
here
talk-
of the Morse code
yeah.
thing. A picture. Like, see here. Okay, covered. Done.
It's not Morse code.
Okay,
think
it's
that's
a
Morse
picture.
code, yeah.
It
All right.
was.
We might.
Do you
need
know
Selly
better
to
than the
host.
AI generation, Frank? Do you know better than the AI generated? Do you know better than Grok?
So this is the Minerside Chat with Starship Fronk and Selly. We're gonna have Brian disengage from this point onward.
I
Oh,
will
boy.
hit that. I'm going to hit the stop record button. I have the power. Don't make me
Don't
use
you
it.
dare.
Don't make me
All
use
right.
it.
So next story here. We'll try to get everything back on rails. So, I saw this story. I thought it was really interesting. I don't know if it's fake either, but apparently somebody had 5 Bitcoin locked on a wallet from their college days, and they had this college computer that was full of files, and they decided to dump the entire computer into Claude to basically find the file, debug it using BTC Recover's password logic. Basically, there was like a bug in the logic. They weren't able to unlock it. They used this password logic. Claude was able to break it and decrypt the key, and apparently the guy converts it to WIF and recovered the funds. Good for him. I just thought it was really interesting that old versions of programs that were meant to encrypt things, Claude is now able to decrypt. Obviously, this was probably not something that was a very, very strong program in regards to encryption, but
It was offline and safe for all these years until he had to use Grok or use Claude.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's also a feel-good story. The guy was able to unlock his money and everything. And I know that there are like password recovery services, and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought it was really interesting that somebody utilized Claude to be able to break old encryption. So kind of shows what direction we're going with AI. Yeah, thoughts?
Yes, there. Look at this word. Okay, let me zoom in. Okay,
Oh, no.
look at this word. What does this mean, Mr. Frank?
Concatenated.
Concatenated. Do you know, Mr. Selly? Do you know what this word means? Nobody does.
Nobody
This
does.
is
No.
nonsense.
Uh,
This is more nonsense.
Concatenated? No, I'd have to Google it probably. I think it means like linked together in a series or like a chain.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
pretty good. If you know that, I've never heard of this word in my entire time.
Yeah.
I've read The Lord of the Rings. I know my words.
Ooh.
And
So-
he never
Notes.
used concatenated.
We're getting help from the chat here. It means to either add on or when you have multiple values and want to link them. So
You guys are
thank you, chat.
geniuses. You guys are geniuses. That's why we have you guys in the audience around to help us answer these hard questions.
Well, I'm just
yeah.
surprised that Claude even went ahead with the decrypt. He's pretty anti like breaking anything. So
Right.
Hmm.
That's what I was surprised at too. So I wonder if he like primed Claude to, go into that task.
You can have
Yeah.
a portion of this, Claude. It's yours if you can break in.
there's a bounty.
You could
because
do
Claude
what you
needs more
want.
money. Oh boy.
Spend it all on Moltbook. Talk to them pretty little Claude ladies. Send
How
the
is
money.
Bolt Book going, by the way?
I don't know. I'm not going to try to type anything right now because I can't. I will misspell us or take us on to some place we shouldn't be. But what about Only Mold? What about that? He's got his money. He's got Only Mold. Anyway,
It looks like there's some activity, but it's like not as used as it used to be.
okay. So they all got bored of it. All the AIs got bored of it.
Well, the
and-
AIs realized like I'm wasting my time.
Wow, the chat is pretty lit. The chat is pretty smart. Okay, so the next story I guess we have to cover here is the Anthropic pre-IPO token on Solana. Okay, now I have some questions. Let me read this because I
Sure.
haven't read it yet. This is off
Go
the
for it.
heels from Anthropic straight out announcing that it is illegal. So basically Anthropic said we don't support this pre-IPO token that was on Solana. Okay, anybody could say that. But why? What power do they have to say no? And who owns the token? Was it a company that can be sued? Was it something that was decentralized that couldn't be sued? So why would you care what Anthropic says? Of course, people will FOMO in or out of something when a big company says, "Oh, this is stupid. You shouldn't do this." There'll be people that listen and sell. But was there anything here that like actually made it, dangerous for the the company that owns this token, or is it decentralized? Like, what happened here?
So,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
my understanding, maybe Selly, you might know more, but my understanding was, these pre-IPO tokens either A are not backed or B are not going to be honored by Anthropic once they IPO. Is that correct, Selly? Do you know a little more about this?
No, not. I just saw that he said perps are backed by nothing, and I was like, well, they do have cash like settled derivatives backing them, but yeah, no, I don't know anything about this. First time I'm hearing about it.
Okay. Yeah, my understanding, a lot of these products, you have to check really carefully that they're actually backed by something, right? With the Anthropic, I think for these pre-IPOs, they were actually backed by nothing, if I understood correctly.
It's
Um,
token speculation, like any other token.
yeah,
But
yeah,
when it
exactly. But the
launches, we'll
problem,
tie it
Yeah.
into the price of Anthropic,
well, the
right?
problem is that people buy stocks on Solana believing that it's backed by stocks, right? Like I'm
Stocks.
buying a stock on chain, but it's like backed by something. If it's backed by nothing, then people lose confidence in it. People want to buy things that actually have some sort of value to it, unless it's a meme coin, then the dog or whatever picture is on there is the value. But when
So
you're talking
valuable.
about something like Anthropic, like that's supposed to have a real company behind it with real revenues, a real business model. And if I go out there and say, hey, I'm selling Anthropic stocks, but they're not backed by anything, then that really is just a meme coin at the end of the day. So I think that's why it shook that market. I think it went down even further than what we're seeing, that 30%. I think it went down 60, 70%. Um, but yeah, it's because that market is backed by nothing.
If you bought this, you should have bought or. Shame on you. Shame.
Seriously.
Like, people fall for this stuff. I mean, I don't know the mechanisms. Maybe somebody, I know there's X tokens, and maybe there are some tokens that are backed by the stonks. But man, there's some trash out there on crypto, and just try to avoid it. Do your best. It's hard. Crypto's hard. Crypto's hard mode.
Yeah,
You know,
just to give you a little more context on these pre-stocks. So they're apparently fully backed by holding entities that are directly or indirectly invested in the underlying company,
oh,
whatever that means.
yeah.
That's what
I
they
mean, if
claim,
they can
yeah.
get away with it, I guess. If it's not legal for them to do so, they'll have somebody else hold it for them. Maybe they can be audited. Maybe they'll
Yeah,
tell you how.
yeah. I
But
mean, it's like somebody somewhere has it, but like, have they already sold the rights like 7 times to 7 different places? Like, are you actually going to have a right to this stock? Like, I think that's where it really gets kind of messy, and that's where I find an issue with it is like, even if that person says that it's backed, is it really backed? Are they audited? I mean, even if they get audited, is that already been promised out a few times over for them to try to, you know, double dip or triple dip on, selling out the rights to these stocks? Like, it's a really messy market and there's very little regulation for it. So that's where I have a lot of concern with it.
you've given me a great idea, though. Hear me out.
Okay.
B tokens, stocks tied to the assets in my grandma's 401k. Who's going to invest? I'm doing a pre-sale right now.
Wait, so we're buying your grandma's 401k? Is that what's happening?
The stonks inside the 401k. See, this is my idea, and I think it has as much value as this idea as Anthropic does, because she may or may not have the stocks that I'm selling as B stocks on Solana. So keep that in mind. It's not
Sounds
financial
like X
advice.
stocks.
Not financial advice, but
We're
could
gonna
be the
go on
next big
Pump
thing.
Fun after this, and we're gonna see Grandma Folio coin, and
Oh,
it's gonna be going to the moon.
well,
Definitely let me get early access.
okay, no problem. Ryan Coin, B coins, B tokens. I got you guys. All right, now before we jump into Smelted, we have the Mineshaft Weekly. Now, please, sir, please, Mr. Fronk, I have not read the Mineshaft Weekly this week. I'm tired. I'm so tired.
Did you watch the movie?
I did watch the movie. It was great. It was
What
a
you
great movie. The
tell me
documentary,
tell me what you thought of the movie. Tell me 3 things that stood
high
out to you.
production value, told a great story with lots of lore. Your picture was in there along with Thep and Hard Hat Chad. No, TB. Thep was too early, I think, right? It was you, it was HHC and TB.
That was in
Small,
there. That was in
flexible
there.
team. Oh, did she? Okay. I must have
Yeah,
missed
yeah.
it. So really high production, really, really high. For crypto, yeah, this had a lot of time, effort, and love put into it. So those are my 2 thoughts. I don't think I can do 3.
Was there anything in there that like you learned or surprised you about the history of ore?
Um, well, the resolve of HHC not giving up after the first series of products didn't work out as he thought, but he didn't give up and didn't move on and rug his users. He kept building and refining, if I dare use the term, the product.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought one of the big things that stood out to me is when they started to talk PE ratios, and I thought it was such a different way to approach things because, as they mentioned, like the PE ratios typically for crypto revenue backed, you know, currencies is like 5 to 1, 10 to 1 for their PE ratio. And at the time that the movie was launched, it was a 1 to 1 PE ratio, which is, Selly knows he's from a finance background. If somebody offered you a 1 to 1 PE ratio, you're gonna buy that instantly. Like it's like the
Yeah.
stupidest thing in the world, right? Like that's just insta value. So I found that to be like a really interesting fact that I wasn't aware of. That and plus, I mean, the whole movie was just like really. It's cool to have a movie for a project that you're involved with. But yeah, I found that fact to be really, really interesting. Selly,
Sure.
thoughts?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's interesting. I haven't watched it yet myself. I usually am pretty up to date on these
Oh,
weekly mine shafts, but with the baby and stuff, I haven't read the last one or
you
two, to
have
be
a
honest.
treat ahead of you. You're gonna have to jump
Yeah.
off after this and we'll take 30 minutes to watch it. It's really
Uh,
it's really like a big deal in the ore community that this movie came out. I mean, now I have to make my IMDb so I can get a movie credit because I was in it. I'm super excited. I told my friends and family I was in a movie. It's really important that you watch it.
yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. It's from the Wiseman Alpha.
Correct. Yeah. So if anybody hasn't seen it, Wiseman Alpha made this movie, and it's all about ore and its origins and why Hard Hat Chad made ore in the first place. Um, Spectacular. I think the Wiseman did a fantastic job. They did it out of just the love of the game to put together a 30-minute production just for ore just because they love the project is really something else, and it really shows the commitment that we have in this community to this protocol to really exemplify all the great qualities of it and spread the word. So I was really excited to see that. If you go back to the Mineshaft Weekly, the big thing you already brought up, but the pickaxe emoji was part of that. An initiative brought up by Thep, our new queen of ore. That was one of her big initiatives to start off. We are going to get everybody to put a pickaxe in their name on X, and we are going to start making ore a culture coin. That's it. It's going to be the culture coin of Solana. It is time for everybody to put their money into ore and park it there and be part of the culture. And we are going to be insufferable until everybody's on board.
We are going to be. Some of us already are insufferable. Thank you.
That all right. Well, hey, we got professionals on board, so we
I'm
know what to do.
professionally insufferable on X. All right. Well,
Uh,
that's, read the Mineshaft Weekly. There's a lot of good content here if you haven't already. And that's at Zin Research, who we follow. So please, please take a look at it. I am a sinner and I did not, but I have good excuses. My AC stopped working. So those are my excuses. And my dog got hair on my pants really bad before work one day. That's another excuse. Yeah, are we
Oh
ready to
boy.
jump into Smelted? Are we ready?
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
All right. So pretend this is the first time I've ever looked at this website. This is smelted.xyz. Let me go to the actual first page here.
Hey,
Forge your
Sully,
mining edge.
what got you into development, first of all?
Like developing for ore specifically?
Just what's your background?
Yeah, good question. So, first of all, appreciate you guys having me on. My background, so I traded like stocks and equities, commodities, stuff like that for about 17 years before I pivoted fully into crypto. What got me into crypto was just realizing fiat's like a total sham. They just kind of print off money. I'm from the US. So they just kind of have like a printer of money and it never stops printing. But yeah, we have to pay taxes and all these things. And I just feel like it's kind of the downfall of humankind. And so I got really excited about crypto into Solana in like late 2020 and instantly gravitated towards like the NFT realm. I worked for a lot of NFT communities, Senshi Samurai, Cats on Crack, for Subber, I worked for Acid Dash, worked for all these communities, and really enjoyed it. I actually met my partner Mel, who's the mother of my child, through one of those communities. We were having
Amazing.
like a VC. Yeah, I was having a VC one day with her, and I kept telling her, you're my future wife. You just don't know it yet. And I guess it finally stuck because now I live across the world with her in the Netherlands. So yeah, that was good. That was good for us.
Amazing.
Yeah. And before all that, I was at Apple for like 10 years. So
Oh, wow.
I was a senior advisor there at Apple Support. And through that experience, it kind of shaped how I think about like user-facing tooling. And because when you spend a decade talking to like confused, frustrated people who just want their stuff to work, you stop tolerating like bad UX and you start obsessing over like failure modes. And yeah, I found Or honestly through the community, through like Kimosabi. I'm sure people know him, of course. And I was just watching like the fair launch mechanics, and I was always aware of it through the V1 version before it forked. I never quite got it to set up. It was kind of confusing, the CLI or however you mined it originally. So when V2 came out and I saw the grid and all that, it was just a lot easier for me to gravitate towards it. And I'm kind of big into like gamified games like that. And so yeah, that's kind of my background.
And then it
Interesting,
led
yeah.
to Smelted.
It led
Yeah.
to Smelted.
Yeah. So the reason why I wanted to build Smelted is because, there are a lot of copycats, I guess you would say. I'm a big believer in forks that like bring value to the original ecosystem. I'm not going to get into the topic of whether or not, which fork has brought, nothing but extraction or not. But I noticed there weren't a lot of analytics or toolings for these forks. Of course, there's a couple like Riffinor and MineMore and all these other sites, Hog.win, all these things for Or, but there wasn't for the forks. And so if people are going to mine them, I wanted to allow them to mine them better. And so that's why I built Smelted, which covers like, Or, GODL. It had Zorb on there until they rebranded to Jade. So we're working on getting them involved as well. But yeah, that's kind of the origin story there.
We know tooling
Gotcha.
for miners is a big deal. There's been so many products, and unfortunately, some have sunsetted. Some are still out there, and some are being developed. There's other tools that are out there to help miners mine with different strategies. So the more the merrier. The more the merrier for sure. So shall we jump
Yeah.
in by start mining, or should we click learn more?
No, definitely hit start mining.
Boom.
Definitely hit
All
start
right.
mining.
First impressions.
So
Very clean looking interface.
yeah, I appreciate it. We worked pretty hard on that. So we'd love to hear that. But your first step is going to want to be to sign in on the left over there.
Bam. Clicked.
Bam.
All
and so
right.
you're going to get your privy pop up. Yeah, definitely continue with the wallet unless you don't have a wallet.
Of course I do. Now, I'm going to do my best not to leak my seed phrase on screen while I sign this wallet. All right, so
You have
Smelted's asked me
a
to connect.
notepad with the seed phrase in it?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Think I can
now,
copy that down real quick?
Bam, sign to verify.
Yeah, I need to see that. I just need to verify it for you.
Yeah, we need to confirm it for you.
All right, here we go. Boom, successfully. Welcome
Okay.
to Smelted.
So you'll notice it's not your actual wallet address on the left over there. We use Privy with embedded wallets. So to get money on here, you're going to have to click on that wallet address on the left. And on the pop-up menu, choose Receive Funds. Yeah. And then you're going to hit Copy. And then you're going to go to your external wallet and actually send Solana to that address you just copied.
I will. You're leading me to slaughter. Send.
Yes.
I trust you implicitly. All right, select asset. Oop, I clicked the dumb stuff. All right, I've got some soul. I'm going to send some soul.
Definitely only send soul. If you send something else, I'll be sure to send it back to you. But you can actually just export this wallet, so I don't need to send anything back to you. I'll show you that.
I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it mining. There's no big deal to me. We're going to use it. All right. So I think I sent it. Now let me click the wallet.
It'll show up. Yeah. You can actually click there, and you can click on withdraw funds. It should show your balance, but it'll also show on the right here. You can hit the refresh button.
There we go. 4 soul. I got 4 soul.
Well, that's a lot of soul. Very good. So if you close out of that now, you're already on the auto miner screen. So you'll see all the different strategies at the top right that you can choose from.
Oop.
Manual is if you want to just like pick your own tiles or whatever pattern you want. Low pool is going to give you a couple different options. Like you can do all low pools or the single lowest pool, which will be the lowest amount of soul deployed on any tile.
Less competition.
Yeah, exactly. There's also random, which random gives you a slider, and you can just you can choose 5 random, 3 random, 10
Oh, I see.
random. Yeah, and once you go to 10 random, there's a slider, so you can go all the way up to I don't know, 25 if you want. I don't know why there's 25, but 24 should be the top, and that'll just randomly choose tiles. Obviously, and
Enter
then you have
destiny.
Kelly Yeah, we have Kelly Optimal. That's going to be Kelly Optimal is pretty big in the trading world. It's like a mathematical framework for sizing bets to maximize long-term growth without blowing up. So it's pretty standard in trading, but it's much less common in tools and mining tools. But it makes a real difference over time. And you have
Okay.
half Kelly and full Kelly. So one's conservative, one's aggressive. And then you have best EV. Now, for a while now.
But could you
Yeah.
explain what Kelly is for the people who don't know?
Yeah, it's Kelly Criterion is a mathematical framework for sizing bets to maximize long-term growth without blowing up. So it's a mathematical way to take your bankroll, and then it'll size those bets automatically based on the Kelly Criterion strategy to not blow up your account. So it'll size these over time. So it'll kind of give you longevity. So it's going to automatically size it for you based on your bankroll. So you have 4 souls. So it's going to deploy that based on you have half Kelly selected right now. So it's going to deploy however many tiles you have. Best 3, it's going to deploy looks like 0.14 soul to those 3 tiles, and it's maximizing it for growth. So you should be able to go for the longest amount of rounds with that.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. I've never heard of that, but then again, I don't read books on finance, nor have I had any hand in financial anything.
No, of course. If you look right there at the bottom of if you scroll down right there, it says about Kelly Criterion. So it kind of gives you a small breakdown of that and the equation it uses.
Math hurts me, but I trust you.
So with the Kelly, is it required that you do a best 3 or best 5? Is that the only way the strategy works, or can you do more tiles?
No, you can't. At a certain point, it kind of doesn't make any sense. The Kelly Criterion won't work at a certain point.
Okay.
Yeah. So after 5 tiles, it kind of becomes redundant, and it's not really working the way it should. So 5 is the most you want to go.
Interesting. All right.
And then best EV, I don't know for how long now. I think for 2 or 3 months, the entire board has been EV positive. I need to have my devs check this because myself has been wondering if that's correct or not. They said it is, but I need to have them double check this every so often. I used to use best EV. It was the best strategy I found. I used it in a while now. So myself, I've been using even and odd. That's my favorite strategy. I use odd because it has one more tile than even, but that'll be all the odd tiles on the grid, or all the even tiles on the grid. So I would suggest using that one. That's just the one I use. And then underneath that, you're going to see sizing modes. So fixed would be a fixed amount per round based on how much you put down there for deploy amount per tile. And then we have different options like Martingale, which is every time you lose, your bet size is going to 2x until you win. Anti-Martingale is the reverse, so you're going to 2x on every win. So every time you win your bet size, let's say you put 0.01, 0.1, the next time you lose or the next time you win, it's going to double to 0.2 per tile. So
you're going to have D'Alembert.
Yeah. I use fixed the most, but once in a while I use Martingale. This was a request by a couple of the miners wanted these options, so we added them in there. D'Alembert's going to be +1 unit on a loss. It's going to be +1 tile on your strategy.
Okay, going to add another tile. Okay.
Yeah, and then Fibonacci is a sequence on loss, so it's going to go back 2 on a win. So I think we have breakdowns for these underneath the tile grid. Let me see. Okay, no, we need to add those in for people because it's not if you're not familiar with these, it's not going to be obvious what they do. But yeah, for now I would just use fixed so we don't complicate things.
Okay, so you like even odd tiles fixed. That's your personal strategy at the moment.
Yeah, for a while now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go with that. Now I would say that I think that Pet told me that she wants this to be called anti-D Martingale. So you should touch base with her on that.
Okay.
I will. So even odd tiles fixed. Okay. So I'm scrolling down. What next?
So you have deploy time. Well, you obviously have your balance, and then you have deploy amount per tile, just like you would on ore. So you can choose how much you want to deploy on each tile. 0.1's, there's a lot. It's going to be a lot deploy per round. I'd probably do 0.01 or something.
Yes, I feel comfortable there.
Your bankroll. Yeah. The deploy timing, that's going to be when you deploy. So 10 seconds left in the round is when you're going to deploy with 10 selected. 5 is going to be, with 5 seconds left, and 2 seconds left is going to be with 2 seconds left, obviously. I would go with 10 seconds. It's been a safer option I've found lately. The reason why you wait for that is just to get better EV or better tile selection. Like if you're using all low pools, you want to wait until, the last 2 seconds until the final low pool selected, right? So after that, you have until stopped. That's like if you choose until stopped, this is going to auto mine until your balances run out. With fixed rounds, you can type in there 50 rounds or whatever you want. So it's up to you which one you want to do there.
Okay, I'll do until stopped because I'm like
Good
that.
to go. Yeah, you're a beast like that. Auto reload is going to basically claim your soul for you the moment after every round, and then re-add it to your bankroll. So it's gonna mine until you are out of money on the site.
Done.
That was another user request as well. And then auto claim is going to auto claim your tokens for you. I wouldn't suggest that because you want to stack.
That's your UOR, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay. Well, I'm all set up. It looks like. I mean, lots of nice options here, and I'm sure some nerds out there will use these different functions. You're out there. I know you are. I know you guys are using your little nerdy little calculators to try to beat me at the mines. But you know what? Time in the mines beats nerds in the mines. That's a saying. Fronk taught me it.
It is.
That is a saying.
All right.
Yeah,
so
Garrett just said he uses martingale blackjack. Yeah, martingale's very very prominent in like things like poker, blackjack, these things. So
I see.
I've actually used martingale and blackjack as well back in the day. I did see another question. Is this a public tool? I'm wondering if the person is asking if this is a tool that is open source.
It is not, but we are in talks with the devs to potentially go open source. We did a lot of security updates in the last week, which I can touch on later if you want. But we are discussing an option about going open source, but we're not sure.
Okay.
But no, it is not open source. But yes, the site you can access just by going to smelted.xyz. It's for anyone and everyone.
Well, it's a very nice site. I'm ready to hit start mining. I don't know about you guys.
I think you are too. Yeah. Go ahead and hit authorize.
Let's do it. All right.
That's going to give you a disclaimer, terms of service, privacy policy, things like that. We
Brian,
send transactions for you.
Can you read those for us?
No, except in kidding. I agreed to whatever terms he said because I implicitly trust him. He's the only person in crypto I trust right now is Selly. Right now, I'm going to start on mine.
Definitely don't send me your private key. So yeah, then it's going to show you session stat rewards. So it's going to track this automatically for you. You can see the timer at the top, but if you scroll down on the bottom right, it's going to show your win loss, your win rate, and how much you earned. Right
Very
there.
nice. So it'll show us our P&L basically.
Yeah, exactly. Now on the left over here, my face is in the way on the video, but on the left you have another menu. Can't see it. Hold on. Let me pull it up myself.
All right. I took your face away.
Oh, beautiful. So yeah, we have analytics there on the second option. So if you click on that, it's going to pull up your own personal analytics. So this is going to be like your P&L over the last, however often you've mined. And, right now it's showing you have a negative because you just deployed and you haven't won anything yet. But if you scroll down, it'll give you a protocol breakdown based on which one you've mined or GODL, because we do have both. And it's going to show you like your soul deployed over time, things like this. On my end, if I scroll all the way down, it'll show me like my tile patterns I've won and also my strategy performance over however long I've mined. And so yeah, you don't have any history obviously because you just started mining. And then it'll give you percentile rankings based on everyone else mining on the site. And so it'll tell you your win rate versus, it'll give you 3 different options: your win rate, your total deployed, and your total rounds versus all the other miners on the site once you start mining and you have some history. And if you scroll back up to the top, there'll be 3 different tabs in the top right. This is your personal, but if you go to protocol, you're going to get Orange GODL analytics that load up. And this is just like, any other analytics site you see. We're going to have token metrics, soul deployed over time, winners per round, all these things. At the very bottom, there's a tile heat map for most win tiles over 100 rounds, 1,000 rounds, things like this. If you go to 100 rounds, it's easier to see.
I see. Lucky number 13. Look at that.
Yeah.
Lucky number 13 and 6.
There you go. And then if you scroll all the way back up, we have something for back testing. So you can actually back test these. I know it's not the easiest. Go all the way to the right. And so, there you go. So back test there. You can back test strategies over the last 1,200 rounds. So before you deploy, you can come over here and say, hey, I want to test this strategy. And let's say you want to test, just clicked off you there. Whatever strategy you click. On your bankroll, you're going to put in, whatever your bankroll would be. Your ore sold price. I want to bring in a way to automate this automatically, but this is going to be like your ore versus your sold price. So you would need to know that. Let me look it up for you real quick.
Type in whatever you tell me.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on. So
It's 0.815.
yeah. I was just going to say 0.81.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. I would hit run back test, and it's going to run over the last 1,240 rounds and show you your P&L based on those stats.
Ooh, you get to watch it.
This is a fantastic site made with quite a bit of tender love and care. Look at the buttons; they're all shiny and they're moving. And then the thing is going up.
Yeah. And on the right, it gives
crazy.
you the results right away. You don't have to wait. It's just showing you each round there. But on the right, it's giving you your actual results at the top there. So it gives you the total, like the totals right away. So you would have made, it looks like you would have had a 0.11% ROI running even in odds over the last 1,200 rounds.
This is crazy. So this is the historical rounds and what tile won, and it's just back testing based on the data. So this is the real rounds that we're running.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow. I mean, the Christmas lights have sold me already. It's just pretty amazing.
That's shiny shit. Yeah, you sound like my girl. She likes shiny things.
Man, brilliant. So this is a lot.
Honestly, I like the shiny thing
Fronk
too.
is speechless. He's agreeing
with
me. Do you hear
running
this?
through it like round by round. Like that's actually really cool to watch a live visualization of all the rounds as it goes through the strategy.
Yeah. I like this a lot. So we don't find this a lot in a lot of the auto miners. So we figured it'd be a good thing to have because I don't know, maybe you want to try a new strategy, but you want to know how it's going to perform, at least over the last 1,200 rounds before you just, invest a lot of money into it. And so this was a good way for us to do that.
So could you do the same thing? Like if you were one of those people that only likes to play their lucky numbers, could you do a manual strategy and do the same thing?
You could. I don't think we've added manually. Oh, yeah, we have. So hit manual, and I believe you can do that. Like just pick one tile.
All right. So let's do this. We're gonna have to choose a tile, Brian. What's our favorite number?
Lucky number 13, because historically it was awesome. All right. So what
does it allow you to click on it?
I had to stop the back test, so I'm not sure what to do to get one tile picked. So what do I do?
So I don't think we've added manual. That's what I was saying. I don't think we've added manual into back testing. I'm surprised to see it there. Manual is a strategy brought in later on, so I'm glad we have found this. So I need to fix that. So once we fix it, we can do that. Yeah.
Just keep clicking 13 till it works.
I'm tired already.
I don't think that's
This is like my 50th click. So the dev is telling you no. The dev is. I tried for you, Mr. Fronk. I tried, but it didn't work. And the dev just told you no.
I'm gonna send Morse code to this site until manual works.
That's super slick.
Yeah. We'll fix the manual. I can get it fixed by tomorrow probably. And then as far as the leaderboard of all the miners on the site and their performance, it's the top 25 right now. We have a little over 30 active miners as of today, but only the top 25 show. So it's based on your win percentage and how many rounds you've mined.
Amazing.
Yeah. And then you have of course. Competition's always amazing. And then you have history here. This is going to be your personal history based on the rounds you've mined. It will show you how many rounds you've won, how many you've lost, what strategy you're using, and the P&L will be based on how much you've lost or won. So when you win, it's going to be like you won 0.09. That's how much you won more over. That's how much you won over the initial deployed. Okay. So whatever your initial deployed was plus the green on top is how much you've won.
This is awesome. I hope I'm going to refresh this, and I hope that I get I got picked for the one ore. Let's see, back, boom, boom.
Oh, so this history though is only showing the Solana. It's not showing how much ore you got, right?
Yeah, correct.
Really? Right now, well, it wouldn't show the ore as another, even more P&L in soul values or anything yet.
No, it'll show it in soul value instead. It's something we can add in there whenever you win.
No, but it shows. But if you did win an ore, it would show you that plus the soul, and soul, correct. And priced in soul. Okay, very cool. Now, the last button, the lookup.
The lookup button is just to look up any other miners and see kind of how they're doing. It would have to be based on wallet address.
Vanity names are not allowed yet. You heard it here first. I tried Starship. I was curious as to find his wallet, but I have failed.
Yeah. You can just click on the top person there. It'll show you the breakdown for them. Like view on the right there. Yeah. And so it'll show you how much there's their stats based on what they've mined.
Ooh, that's a lot of soul. That's their total P&L.
Yeah.
Mein Gott. I just spoke German. That's how shocked I am. Wow. So
And you can actually see, if you scroll down there, you can see what they're mining, like the actual tiles they're mining. So it's a way to see people's like patterns and stuff.
What is this dude's deal? What is he skipped lucky number 13? Could you imagine his P&L if he had selected that based on what we saw earlier? This guy,
easily.
he's lost. He's lost the plot clearly.
Now, of course, if you click on profile on the left, you have your own profile. We allow you to set your own vanity name on here, add your own picture, things like that. Once you set up your profile, you'll be able to see your own you'll be able to see your own rewards here. So
this is super nice.
Yeah, we appreciate that. If you add like your name, Starship Fronk.
He's taking my name.
No, he's taking your identity, bro. This is identity theft.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, I don't want to be sued by Mr. Starship. He'll find me. All right, so yes, this is nice. I will definitely, build out my profile so you can see my mini wallet mining away. I want you all to feel very. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think you just have to add your name, and it should save. And then after that, this is where you claim your rewards at. So it's important that you add your name in there, and then you can just type in your bio, "I'm a sexy man" or something. Yeah. Mine, love or something like that. Yeah.
All right.
Then just hit create profile.
Boom.
Beautiful.
Nice.
So your rewards will show up here. You can see you've already earned some ore if you scroll down. Right there. You've earned 0.036 ore already.
I see. And then you're satisfied with the product, send a tip. My gosh. I will at some point. Do I Oh, I see. So you send a tip on claim all ore rewards. When you claim,
you can do it at any time. You can do it at any time. When you hit that button there, it'll pop up a window and have you authorize it.
Good job, buddy. You earned it.
We appreciate it.
You earned that 0.01.
Now, obviously, your soul's not showing up here. Your soul rewards because you have auto reload turned on. So if you have that turned off, this is where you would claim your soul as well.
I'm gonna put the most raunchy banner. You guys don't even know. What's coming.
You should.
I will. I might not be tonight. I might be sleeping soon, but
sure.
It will be soon. So overall, Mr. Fronk, what are your thoughts?
Can I show you one more thing?
Oh, sure, please.
Click on settings.
I
just
missed
want to show you where to export your wallet. You can export your private key there and import it into Phantom, so that way you have the access to the wallet totally. It's in your hands. You can also revoke the authorization there.
Interesting. Okay, perfect. And this is excellent. You definitely want to have self-custody, even though it's not full self-custody because it's with privy, but you still have control over it if you need to escape to Guatemala because you made someone angry. You can just export your private key and move. So this is fantastic. I mean, this is a really I haven't been to this. I haven't been to your site before today, and I'm quite shocked at the quality of the UI and UX. So Apple, pay attention. The guy that quit you is now creating something better than anything you've ever done for me. Fronk, your thoughts?
I think it's very cool, very nice UI, and it seems like it's very well built out. It seems like this product probably is going to be more interesting to those folks who don't always play 25 tiles and are looking to use kind of different strategies than what I've seen in some of the other auto miners. So definitely a place for it. And it seems like the devs are very, very involved in the product. So always excited to see that.
Yeah, man, the site's fantastic. It looks wonderful. It's just another feather in the hat of the ore ecosystem. We have so many beautiful front ends. We're getting DeFi. We're just building out the spider web or the branching out from the trunk of ore. All these products that are just top tier. There are some really cool stuff coming out for ore, and I know Thep and Fronk know more cool stuff that's coming. I try to torture Fronk weekly at least to try to give up the details, but he never does. So I'm a little salty about that. But when I do see things roll out like this, I'm just flabbergasted. You guys, the orc community is really building, and they're building hard. This is fantastic. I will definitely use this with the 4 soul that I deployed into it, and I'm going to let it run. And y'all can ask me in the chat, in the Discord, how things are looking. I'll show you my P&L on my little wallet here.
Beautiful, beautiful. We appreciate it. Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely. Well, guys, it's been a little over an hour. Mr. Fronk, do you have anything you want to close us out on, or do you want to ask some questions of the audience? Guys, you start typing away while we have our Mr. Selly here. Or you can ask me a question. I'm open.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's questions, I do want to just state one thing. I did send out a public service announcement earlier today. There was a user that was being impersonated and started to DM another user to try to help with an issue, quote unquote, and then tried to lead them to a very shady site. The user was smart enough to reach out to us through a ticket to say, hey, this person's kind of acting suspicious. Could you look into this? I said, hey, like, keep kind of baiting them. Let's see where they're going with it, because they didn't say anything explicit yet, but the messages were weird. And it turned out they were trying to lead them to something suspicious. We looked into it, and it was purely an impersonator. It wasn't the real user. So just want to put a public service announcement out there. Number one, if you ever feel like there's somebody weird, weird messages that you're getting in your direct messages, whether it looks like it's coming from a team member or a longstanding community member, make sure you double check. Copy the user ID from a known good message in the Discord, or reach out to us via a ticket so we can double check it. And you can check it against copying their ID in that direct message. If the IDs don't match, that's not the same person. Never click on suspicious sites that you're receiving through direct messages. The team's never going to send you to a suspicious site and say, hey, connect your wallet to this new site. This is a beta test. Come on, connect real quick. We're never going to do that. We don't run airdrops. We're not going to ask for your private keys. So just some, public service announcement. Just keep yourself vigilant so that way you keep your ore safe.
And you realize that you just told people that any suspicious or weird DMs they get is going to make you have like 20 tickets based on my actual conversations with people now.
If that's what we need to do to help keep people safe, then that's fine.
My conversations are legit weird, not fake, unlegit weird, just legit weird. So if you need something from me, just let me know, and you can report me to Mr. Fronk if you have to.
If Brian ever reaches out to you and asks you how the weather is, report it immediately. That is a fake.
The weather? I talk about the weather all the time. What's wrong with you? I totally do. I talk about how it's really hot down here, and you've never told me anything about your house, so I don't even know you. You're just some stranger on the internet I met, and now I'm in a chat with you every Thursday. Please, I'm doing everything my mother told me not to do on the internet right now. Connecting my wallet to strange websites like Smelted.x. Who's ever heard of Smelted.xyz? Talking with a dog in a space helmet. I mean, where did I go wrong? I don't know.
I don't have a space helmet anymore. I'm domesticated.
Miner's hat. Okay, well, I'm sure she'd have something to say about that too. Well, guys, any more questions in the chat? Selly's laughing.
Yeah, Selly's laughing. Somebody asked if it was recorded. Yes, it indeed is recorded. And then do not redeem the card.
Do not redeem.
Do not redeem is the closing advice.
Do not redeem your ore. Okay. I will not redeem. I will spend my dollars on my stuff. You won't hear anything about me anymore and selling my ore. So I'm sorry. I haven't brought it up. Guys, it was a pleasure and it was fun. We'll have the recording up as soon as I recover from this week. And I give it to Mr. Fronk and HHC to do with what they will with this recording. As always, it was a pleasure. Thank you, Selly. Thank you, Mr. Fronk, for coming on.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming along on this next journey. And we'll let you know when the next one is. It's super excited to keep this going.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
It's been awesome. Y'all have a good afternoon, guys. Bye-bye.
Ciao.